All right, collectors, today on the channel, we're going to take a look at the Batman figure by Mezco. So initially, full transparency, initially I did not like this movie. I was like, this movie doesn't feel like the Batman of old. It doesn't call to me anymore. But interestingly enough, after a couple of years, watching it a few times, I was like, this is not bad. It's not a bad Batman representation. I dig it. And so, I was like, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. That was that. But then I was just scrolling around Facebook and, doing what collectors do, just looking around the Facebook groups. And I noticed some reviews from a year ago, 2 years ago, from a particular figure. Now, let me tell you what led to this. So we're not talking about this just yet. So what led to me picking this figure up was this car in the background. This car I started to see out in reviews years ago. And I said, you know what? This car would be amazing for 1/12 scale figures if only the doors opened. And so a few videos back, I showed you guys how to create these doors and how to open them. It's simple, a little working door there. So we'll just put him back there. It seems to me that the Punisher has taken over this vehicle, but that's fine. Batman is allowing him to run with it for a little while, even though they're from the same universe. For a second there, I thought he was DC. I don't know what happened to me. But, this car, and I was like, you know what? I bet Pattinson, that Mezco figure would fit perfectly in there. And it does. It does fit perfectly in there. Yeah, the one thing I hated was when people would get the car, they would literally either take the entire top off to put the figure in and then screw it back in, or they would fiddle with trying to get it in that door so much. And I was like, oh, that's just a whooping. I don't want to do that. But anyways, I got this car, put the doors on it, and I was like, I need to go get me that Mezco Batman because I really do like that show, and I think that Mezco Batman would look fantastic with it. So I went and picked it up. I ordered it, and I got it from, they're not my sponsor or anything, or they don't sponsor me whatsoever. But I picked this particular one up from Toy Dojo. They're kind of a local mom and pop shop. They're not local to me here. They're in state. How about that? And so I picked it up from there. Mezco box, typical Mezco box. This is what it looks like. It's what you have on the side. Some great side artwork. It's got some very interesting accessories, especially this flight suit. I'm probably never going to use that. It seems it's too much. I think you're doing too much, Mezco, with that flight. Maybe, you know what? No. Go ahead and include it because one day, you never know, I might need that for something. I'll be quiet about it. Put whatever you like in here, Mezco. More value for me. Yes, this is a great job, Mezco. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be quiet now about now putting accessories in. Put accessories, as many as you like. So these are all the accessories you get, and it's a lot. It's a lot in there. Now, so that's the box. Simple box. I usually keep my Mezco boxes because, I don't know, you never know. You might want to trade or something later. And these are premium format figures. So now what I usually do is I take those Mezco boxes and I find me some, matter of fact, if you go to Walmart right now, you can find these. These are great little boxes for your Mezco figures or for your Marvel figures. 97 cents. There are also sometimes some pencil cases, but those are much smaller or they're cut in half almost. And those also work great for 1/12 scale figures, 1/12 scale. But with the figure with a lot of stuff in it, this one's better because you can fit all the stuff in it. So let's take a look at what he comes with. I'm going to take a look at the accessories first, right? Because we'll get to the figure in a minute. I'm not going to pull them all out, or you know what? Maybe I will. I'm not going to pull out the tiny ones because that's going to make a mess. Look at that already. Where is it? I already lost one. You see that? These little things. Oh my goodness. All right. So you've got the grappling hook here, which is a little wire. It's on a little wire. So that's neat. Neato mosquito. You've got a couple of bombs here and a couple of mines. And then I think you've got like a little gas weapon there with the cartridge. Oh my gosh. They're so tiny. If I could if you could see the scale of it, it's so tiny and so detailed. And then of course you've got the batarangs here, which look fantastic. They look really nice. They're really well detailed. And they actually have some coloring on them. Look, let me show you some weathering or some, it looks like steel. Hold on, let me see if I can get them out of my fat fingers. There we go. See that? It's got some steel touch-ups on it, which is very nice, very well done. And I'm not gonna, my fat meat hooks are not gonna get in there to get that stuff out of there because I'm gonna lose it. And I don't want to go hunting for it all over the floor. Now where did the top of it go? Oh, there it is. So you got that. So great, batarangs galore, the grappling hook galore, and then you also have this grappling hook is either extended or put underneath his gauntlet down there. So you have that, and then this is retracted, right? And then you have the sticky, oh, I guess those were, no, yeah. These were the sticky bombs that go into this bad boy right here, into the sticky bomb gun right here. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. So you can take a gander at it. Giant meat hooks. Get in there. At least this one out, because that's, so let's take that out. That's what it looks like right there. It's got some good weathering on it and stuff, so it looks very nice. All right, let's put that back in there. Now, what else does he have? He has, oh, you know what? He's got these bad boys here. Let's see if I can get them out. He's got these little, do they articulate? Let's see. Oh, no, yes, they do look. They don't articulate, but they can adjust. That is very cool. I mean, don't torque on them because they'll break them probably. So there you go. These bad boys. Very cool. And then here is the other set of hands that you get, right? So you get a couple of like, well, let's just take some of these out. I like what they do with one of these particular hands. It's very smart. So you've got a couple of weapon wielding hands, so trigger hands. So two of those, two trigger hands. And you get a couple of fist hands. There they are. Two of those. And then interestingly enough, you get this kind of like two of these type of hands right here. Like he's holding something or he's pointing at something, which is very neat. And then I guess these are kind of like these gripping, but they're kind of almost relaxed hands. So I dig that. It's very nice. What else do we have? Oh, and this one's kind of like an open hand. Kind of more of an open hand as well. There's that. And then interestingly enough, you got a right and a left hand with batarangs in them. I love that they did this actually. This is actually very helpful. So very nice. Then you've got a really cool effect hand, like he's shocking somebody. Look at that. Zap. Batman gave somebody the zap. So let's go ahead and close that. So that's for the accessories. Of course, you also get this thing. You can take this out. All right, let's see if we can get this thing out of here. There it is. It's got like a pleathery feel to it. Do these actually work? Oh, snap. The zippers work. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. All right. Making a mess over there. Yeah. So there's that. I'm going to put it back in here. I guess one day I could maybe use it for something. I mean, and not right now. I don't have any use for it. I don't think I'm ever going to put him in it. But, I mean, you never know. You could use one figure for it or another. What you also get is a cowl. Batman's cowl. Pretty neat. You can just put it in his hand. And you get several heads. You get this head right here, which is a stoic one. Let's see if I can adjust there to it. And very nice. Very stoic. All right, what else do we get? Get in there, you. I'm gonna keep them in their little plastic bags. I haven't seen this head. I didn't take this one out. There it is. It looks pretty good. Yeah. Does it look like Pattinson though? I guess sorta. Huh. Pattinson-esque. It doesn't strike me as looking like him like a lot, but okay, I'll mess with that later. Let's look at this guy right here. Oh, this one, he's a little bit angry. He's a little bit upset with you. And that one, he's way upset. I got one that's on there that's really upset. So stoic, kind of getting a nerd with you, and then very upset. So, all right, let's move on to the actual figure at this point. Let's take a gander at that. So, the thing about figures for Mezco with this particular type of getup, this, if you feel this is hard, the armor is like hard plastic. So that's understandable. This is rubbery here, but some of it's like this is rubbery and this is plastic. It's like three different types of material here, right? You've got hard plastic, you've got rubber, and then you've got kind of like this leather pleather feel on his pants back here, right? Thing about this type of figure, this is that you might end up with the same situation that we had with Mr. Freeze, right? That looked like an amazing figure, but he can't move worth a flip. Man, that Mr. Freeze, he's got some really great, potential, but he cannot articulate that Mr. Freeze. But this, I'm happy to report that this Batman, he actually can do a T-pose. He can do everything so far that I've asked of him, He's double jointed and he can actually move up really close, better than 90 degrees there. So that's really nice. And I can tell he's got a cut there at the bicep, double jointed. Of course, he's got the Mezco hands, so he can do that. This is hindered. You can't do a lot of crunching here because, of course, this vest here hinders it. He can't do a lot of turning here because, again, the vest messes with it, but you can do enough. You see that? You can do enough. You can do enough. It's not bad. It's not really bad at all. Now, here's where the problem comes in, and I had a really hard time with this at first, but then I worked on it a little. And so he can bend his legs very well. See, that's very good. Double jointed, very nice. He does have a cut there at the thigh, and he does have a swivel there at the waist and up here at the thigh cut, but you can barely feel it. Now lifting his legs, look at that. That's huge. For a Mezco figure with this type of getup, that's huge. You rarely see that much ability. And the key to this was, very carefully, day after day, excuse me, was working it into that position so that he could sit in the car. And so I eventually got him to sit. I left him like this for a day, and then it worked itself into that. And now he can easily sit down and move and jump. Now, of course, you wouldn't want to do that in one day because you might end up splitting the fabric. That's the, risk that you run with this type of material, right? Now, he cannot do too much of a split. It doesn't look like he's got any problems there. And I've been, making sure that, to be careful with it. Is that a little bit of a, no, it doesn't look, it looks like it's stretching a little bit, but that's what I wanted. I wanted it to stretch a bit so that we can do those moves. So there's no tears there. It just looks like it's been stretched a bit. And that's what we wanted to do. His head can move to the side, can move, it can do kind of these maneuvers here. It can look up it can look up well. It can look down really well. Wait, hold on. Down really well, up well as well. So, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody's reviews on this. Is this figure getting a bad rap? I don't think it should. As far as, now I know Mezco has done some way better figures, But when you're talking about putting these soft goods on these figures like this, it's tougher to get them to articulate without the material bunching up and causing an issue. What else does he have here? Yes, he also has a cut there. All right, so he has a cut up here at the leg. You already saw how far he could take it up there. He can go that far back, pretty good. He has a cut up here. He has double jointed knees, very nice. A cut there at the boot. And he does have a little bit of ankle pivot and up and down there, but not a lot. Some ankle pivot, but not a lot. Yeah, for a figure like this, I think Mezco did well. Now, again, what does he look like, right? Where does he fall on my scale? You know, let's just look at it that way. Where does he fall on the scale of, you know what, I forgot to talk about this. This is a very thin, leathery type of material. The outside is very slick, not very slick, but it's slick, and the inside is, I don't know, it just feels cloth, polyester maybe? And it is wired. Does he have wires in this? No, so he has a wire. So it's just wired on the outside. So he has a wire, I can feel a thin wire, metal wire on the outside, but it's very thin. I wish they would have probably put another wire down the middle. That might have helped, because sometimes this, even though it's a very light cape, it can get in your way. It's not bad though. You could just tape it down or whatever. That's the thing I like about, you know, cloth soft goods. Easily gotten out of the way. So the way he looks with all of the little touches of paint there, you see he's got some wear and tear on there. He's got some, you know, color in his face. He's got some touches of paint there. I mean, for me, the way he looks is, here's the scale that I use. I'm going to put it right over here. I'm going to see he's right at, you know, aesthetically, I'm going to put him right at, I'm going to say he's like a 4.4. He's a solid looking figure, solid. I don't think his head is too big or anything. I mean, yeah, I like all the color that they use to him. I mean, he's very monotone though, right? He's Batman. He's going to be a darker color. So I really like it, 4.4. Now, articulation, that's where it hurts a little bit, right? I'm going to give him a solid 4 for articulation, just a 4, right out of the meh category. I'm going to say he's right at solid because he's got a lot of improvement to do. But I can tell that they really made the effort, especially with the figure with soft clothes, with soft goods on it. So I appreciate the effort that they put here. So if you take both of those together, I'm going to say this is a solid Mezco figure at 4.1. So there you go. Altogether 4.1 for me. I think it's a good figure. I'm happy with this purchase because it meets my expectations of what I, think that Mezco can do with this figure. So there you go. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Did you pick this particular Batman up when he came out a while back, or did he just start now hitting? I don't know. But tell me what you think. Do you disagree with it? Are you going to go pick up this Batman? Are you going to go get this car and touch it up like I did? So here's, on this car, I've done a few things since you've last seen it, right? I think you can tell that I've added some wear and tear to it, right? I've added some color to the tires. I've added some wear and tear of it, a little bit of bullets. Giving it a dry brushing a little bit, tore it up a bit, because Batman is not going to be driving around with this thing all waxed and looking nice. I debated whether to add rust to it. Would Batman be the kind of guy who would let rust be on his vehicle, or would he always be after it? Or is it made of a special alloy that loses some of the paint but does not corrode, or corrodes very slowly? I don't know. In my head, that's what I thought, and that's where I stopped doing it. So anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget, a little housekeeping item, don't forget to pop into that news video I put up last week. Again, there'll be a giveaway for that. Again, we do monthly giveaways here now. I got enough to help everybody out. Not everybody, but I got enough to help the channel out in one giveaway a month. So looking forward to making some people happy, some members of the community happy. Go back and check out the news video we did last week. We'll be drawing a winner August 17th, and it'll either be for the Bone Collector or a Retro Cobra Eel. The Bone Collector exclusive from DFW. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's continue to bring some joy into this community. This is what this hobby's about, putting a smile on my face and your face. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, if you're doing this hobby and you got a smile on your face, congratulations. You're doing it right.